Well, first of all, let me say that we are in the process of investigating the facts on what happened to the Cole. I had a conversation about an hour ago with the president of Yemen, and they are being very cooperative in the investigative process. The president of Yemen told me that he had been to the hospital to visit the casualties, and obviously he offered his condolences. And we will continue to investigate this, and as far as I know, Barry, nobody has claimed anything. There is, as I said, if it appears to be an act of terrorism, we will pursue it and hold those accountable. But we have not heard anything more beyond the investigative aspect of this, and we are going to be sending some teams in and doing everything we can.
If, as it now appears, this was an act of terrorism, it was a despicable and cowardly act. We will find out who was responsible and hold them accountable. If their intention was to deter us from our mission of promoting peace and security in the Middle East, they will fail utterly. I have directed the Department of Defense, the FBI, and the State Department to send officials to Yemen to begin the investigation. Secretary Albright has spoken with President Salih of Yemen, and we expect to work closely with his government to that effect. Our military forces and our embassies in the region have been on heightened state of alert for some time now.
I have no reason to think that this was anything but a senseless act of terrorism.
The destroyer, one of the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy, is on its way to the Persian Gulf when it stops at Yemen to take on fuel. How then did the attackers get so close? Navy officials report the Cole pulls up to an offshore pier in the middle of Aden harbor preparing to refuel. One of the small harbor boats hired by the U.S. to help moor the destroyer takes one of the ship's lines, ties it to a buoy, then returns. It's normally a routine operation. The crew on the Cole doesn't have the slightest suspicion the ship is about to be attacked. Eyewitnesses say two men aboard the small boat suddenly snapped to attention, as if following orders. Then the blast, an enormous explosion that tears a huge gash in the side of the ship.
For 6 months or longer, with informers from Yemen's government or the port alerting terrorists to the Cole's refueling schedule. But how to find the terrorists? FBI investigators on the scene already look for clues.